Hello, this is Chris here with Is It Worth Seeing Theatrically, episode 71. We're talking Predator Badlands, the newest movie from Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey and Killer of Killers, the animated anthology uh, movie that was on Hulu. This one stars Elle Fanning, Ruben De Jong, Cameron Brown. And ultimately, the question is this worth seeing in the theater? I would say yes. It was a fun movie. Um, it certainly is for a mainline Predator movie. It's the first PG-13 in the series. Um, However, that doesn't mean it's lacking in violence or gore. Uh, this actually is comparable in a lot of ways to other R-rated movies. The difference is because it's a sci-fi movie and there is no human blood in the movie. The MPAA is like, nobody cares. It's not human blood, so it's perfectly fine for it to be PG-13. Um, and it's interesting watching the movie because a lot of the violence that occurs in it, because of the fact that it is this various different colored blood and everything, it does kind of feel like this is easily comparable to a PG movie. It's weird, but I couldn't quite connect with the violence, and I understand um, the rating reason for it being PG-13 is because of the fact we're not looking at uh, red blood and everything. It's easy for people to disconnect from this being real in any way. Um, and so even though it is got the violence in there and everything, it certainly is it's an interesting disconnect. Um, but I was actually pleasantly surprised with it. I mean, based off of the rating and a lot of early um, trailers for it, I didn't expect it to be like as enjoyable as it was. Um, there were sequences in the movie that I thought they could have cut out, but I understand the reason they were there was to kind of give you a overall idea of the fact that he is trekking across this landscape. Um, so it certainly is an interesting Predator movie in that way. Now, the issues I have with Predator as a whole, um, the original Predator, there was a lot of mystery around the Yautja, the alien race, and I think that mystery helped make them a lot more terrifying and a lot more interesting to watch in movies. And as the years have gone on, they've tried to remove a lot of that mystery and kind of explain things that, in all reality, I don't think they ever really needed to explain. And I think for a lot of movies that do this, where they have an idea, um, like John Wick, great movie, love the action and everything. There was a lot of the mystery in the first John Wick movie revolving around this assassin world, and all these cool things that they never really needed to kind of expand on, and it kind of removes some of that mystique that I think really benefits the John Wick series. Um, and so it's kind of the same thing with Predator. There's a lot of mystique around the predators, the race, and everything that never really needed to be expanded upon. And this one kind of does try and expand upon some of that stuff, and it contradicts itself at moments. Um, and that's kind of where I was like, okay, this is an enjoyable movie. It's not it's not up there with, as far as like Predator and Predator 2 are still to me some of the best in the series, because there's all this mystique around the predators. They're wanting to know things that they can't because of the way the race is and the abilities they have. Especially with Predator 2, where you have the government coming in. They're like, we know about them, we've known about them for a long time. We want to capture one so we can extract data and get like a lot of their weapons available and everything. So it it certainly has always been kind of, that mystique has been great. And later movies, especially the Predator, which was just a terrible movie. I certainly wouldn't recommend that one to anybody who wants to watch a Predator movie. Prey's good. Uh, Killer Killers was good, and like I said, Predator Badlands was an enjoyable movie. But I feel like these are the Dan Trachtenberg Predators are kind of, I put them off to the side in their own category of Predator movies. So they're not the ones that I really love as far as Predator goes, because I like the mystique a little bit more than what Dan Trachtenberg has been doing. I don't read the comics. I haven't read the books, so I can't. If there's more stuff in there that they've fleshed out, that's great. But to me, it's always going to be Predator, Predator 2, or my favorite mainline movies in the series. And then these ones are kind of like, they feel like offshoots where they're trying to explain more, they're trying to do more, um, but they're not in that same camp for me. So I would highly recommend checking this one out, though. I think Dan Trachtenberg is doing a great job with the series and what he's doing. And I do want to see where he continues to go with this and what he does. It doesn't make them worse, it doesn't make them better in my mind. They're highly entertaining movies that are sci-fi action. Um, and so if you've seen them, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about them. Let me know what you thought about this one if you've seen it. Um, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.